focuses on federal, state, and local civil and human rights issues and how they impact your daily life. My name is Charles Bryson, Director of the Civil Rights Enforcement Agency, under the auspices of Mayor Lyda Crewson, and your host. Podcast can be seen today on Facebook Live. We will immediately put it on YouTube, and it's going to be recorded at mycitymymusic.com. Today, we are going to talk about 2020 and setting and keeping goals in your personal and professional life, both money and wellness. With us today, we have a few people who can help you with that possibility. In studio, we have Daisha Betts, who's a friend, an entrepreneur, I may say, and CEO of Place Your Bets. Is that correct?
Place Your Bets and several others.
All right. And on the phone, we have Darlene Davis, a Davis & Associates CPA. Hello, Darlene.
Hello, Charles.
And joining us in a minute will be Rob West. And Rob is the CEO, or not CEO, he's the manager of the O'Fallon Recreation Center under the auspices of the YMCA. So welcome to each of you.
Thank you.
Darlene, I'm going to start with you because at this time of year, everybody's broke from Christmas. And they unfortunately are also waiting on their income tax check, which is kind of no way to lead a life.
Right.
So as I scribble down my 2020 goals related to my finances, give me a primer. What should I be looking for in my finances, and what should I be looking for as we reach out to 2020?
Well, you want to definitely make sure you get your finances in order. And as you said, that's not a good way to live if you're looking forward to tax season just to get a big refund. For one, you would have let the IRS hold on to your money all year, and that's definitely not a good way to manage your finances. You want to be more in control of getting your money throughout the year so that you can utilize it to best suit your lifestyle.
And is it true, Darlene, that people use the tax season as literally their bank, and so they look to have a big, I know every year around April or March, April, whenever, I'm going to have a big a tax refund, and that's sort of how they look at their finances all year.
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of people, that is how they live their lives. They're waiting on the income tax refund to get caught up maybe on their bills, maybe to pay off some credit cards to buy a new car, which a good financial planning, you would want to utilize your money throughout the year so that you can use it to hopefully minimize any debt that you're in, stay on top of your bills so that you're not spending more money in late fees. But you are correct. A lot of people, they're living that as a reality. It's important that people know that when you're getting large refunds like that, you've really given the government a no-interest loan to utilize your money throughout the year.
And so you're not able to fully budget, I would argue, for your resources because you're giving so much of it away to the IRS until March or April, and even then you're not sure exactly what you're going to get back.
Right. You're not sure exactly what you're going to get back, and I would rather budget my own money and spend my own money than to let someone else dictate when I'm going to get it. That's one big thing. And what a lot of people don't realize, when you're getting these large refunds, that's your own money that you're getting back. That could be money that you could get throughout the year to help live your life better, to budget on your own resources and to spend your money throughout the year to make your yearly life better instead of the anxiety of when am I going to get my money back, and actually having to pay in order to get your money back. Right. And we saw last year when there was a government shutdown, the IRS, they held back on sending out a lot of the refunds, so that really messed a lot of people up. So it's important that we learn how to better control our resources ourselves.
When we talk about money and we talk about budget, One of the things that is left off the table is credit score. How critical is credit score also in this conversation?
Oh, credit score is very important. If for no other reason than the fact that the higher your credit score, the lower you pay for stuff, the lower the interest rate you're going to have to pay. If you're going for a car loan, home mortgage, even insurance, they all rely on your credit score in deciding how much you'll be charged. So the credit score is very important. And it's good to check your credit score at least annually. And you can do this free through any of the 3 credit bureaus. You have Experian, you have Equifax, TransUnion. And what a lot of people don't realize is if you are ever denied credit for any reason, you are entitled to receive a free credit report to help you determine what the denial was based on.
So tonight at about 9:30, I'll start scribbling on sheets of paper my budget for the upcoming year. What should that look like?
Oh, wow. Well, I'm glad you're at least going to get started. So when
don't make fun, Darlene. Don't make fun.
At least you're getting started. So that's good. So what I recommend when you're setting your budget, and budgets are great, we must, however, start with a balanced budget. And what that means, it means that every dollar is accounted for. So you must track your actual expenses against your budget and then adjust accordingly, because we know we can't spend the same dollar twice. So if we budgeted to spend $300 for food this month, but instead we spent $400, we're $100 over. So we have to take that $100 out of some other category. So that may mean the vacation that we wanted to take, you can't take it. So it's a very eye-opening experience when you operate from a budget, because you get to see where all of your money is going, especially when you overspend in one area, and now you have to go through the exercise of figuring out, and you're doing this on paper, you got to figure out where which spending category the overspend is going to come out of. So,
I'm sorry. Hold on. Stop. You said spending category, which is interesting. What does that mean? You're putting a new term out here for us. What does that mean?
Okay, spending category. So we're talking about budget. So you to do an effective budget, you want to break out by spending category what you're spending money on. So you're spending money on food, you're spending money on your housing, whether it's your rent or your mortgage, you're spending money on your automobile or your transportation, you're spending money, hopefully we have a spending category called savings or maybe vacation. So the spending categories, those are all of the groupings of where you spend money. We spend money going shopping. We spend money eating out at restaurants, which is different than the money we spend for groceries. So those are the various spending categories. That's the actual categories of money that we're spending. And you want to set your budget up that way.
Interesting. All right. Because of my lack of technology, I'm going to put you on hold and bring Rob West on, but stay on because I've got more questions for you about these categories and that stuff. So just hold on for a minute. Rob?
Hello?
Good morning. How are you this morning?
I'm outstanding. How are you?
I am good. So you're in the lovely city of Indianapolis, I understand?
I am a little family vacation getaway before the new year comes in. Yeah.
I understand. So we're talking today about setting goals, and you are in a very unique position because you are at one of my favorite institutions, the YMCA, and something that I believe everybody should be a member of if they don't have a personal gym. First of all, introduce yourself. How long have you been at the Y?
Well, I've actually been at the YMCA for 20 months. Well, first, my name is Rob West, and I'm the director there at the O'Fallon Park Recreation Complex. but I've been with the Y for about 20 years between Nashville, Tennessee, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and now here in the great city of St. Louis.
And you were formerly I'll use the term director, of the Page Park, then Monsanto YMCA. Is that correct?
Yes, and now the Bear YMCA. So yes, I was there. That was really my first stint here in St. Louis. Was there at the Monsanto, now the Bear Family YMCA.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that name change. Thank you. So, so in part of this is health and wellness and fitness goals. The YMCA has an amazing amount of programs. I know you all have both an indoor and outdoor pool at the O'Fallon Recplex. Tell me a little bit about what you see as of January 1st when people are coming in. What do you see and hear and feel? I know there's a lot of excitement in the air because it's a new year. Take me through that.
Absolutely. Well, first you see a lot of people. As everybody knows, the New Year's resolution thing is a big deal. And fortunately, our facilities, all 24 of them, between here, St. Louis, and Illinois as well. We provide space for those goals to be met. We offer quite a few things, not only in January. We don't want to make this just about January, but, again, like I said, this is part of what we do. We react and we fit a need. So right now you can join the Y with no joining fee, and you can actually get money to spend on Y swag is what we call it. $50 actually to spend on YMCA, T-shirts, sweatshirts, and things. You can also, again, like I said, a part of what we want you to do is come, but we also want you to stay. So we offer some great programs in terms of some new fitness classes, some of our, signature programs through personal training and those types of things. Some of our non-personal training classes that we also offer to give people just an opportunity to be a part of any of our 24 branches without intimidation, like no chance of intimidation there, because again, like I said, we want you there, not only there in January, but we also want you there in December, and not only December 2020, but December 2040. Like we want people to be lifelong members because truthfully, that is the way we can impact family and communities. It takes a couple generations before we can put the footprint or the imprint on communities as we would like. We want to be known as the place that helps prevent diabetes from ravaging communities, and in particular our communities that I serve, right in our O'Fallon Park area. We want to be known as the place where seniors can come and get recreation and activity. Being one of the largest senior serving populations there at O'Fallon Park, right along with the Bear Family YMCA. We also want our kids to feel safe and knowing that they have a place as well. So, we want to be everything to everybody, but specifically those health seekers, which 75% of people who are in fitness right now are. We want to be that answer for you. And, again, like I said, we do that through quality programming, and quality programmers. So, yeah, that's, a long-winded way to say, come on out. Again, like I said, we're fully aware that the New Year's resolutions are important, but hey, summertime is also important. And so is fall and winter and spring. So come be a part and stay with us and give us an opportunity to help you reach some of those health goals.
Now, just because you did say a whole lot, and I've been a member in every city I've ever lived in at the Y, if people, quote unquote, join as of tomorrow, the membership, not the membership is free, but I guess there's a deposit of some sort.
Yeah, so we have a joining fee, and that joining fee can range between $100 and $30. Well, it's waived. There is no joining fee in the month of January.
In the whole month of January, no matter where you go to, at any Y establishment, there is no joining fee.
Absolutely, no joining fee at all.
Okay, and secondly, how is membership derived? Is there a scale, economic scale or income scale of some sort, or is there a flat fee?
Absolutely, we have. So everything we do is based on just the central essential income. There are fees. Again, like I said, flat fees. We have, a rate for a family, a rate for an individual, a rate for a single parent family. But all of that is truly, and I hate to use these words, just numbers. Everything we do is based on the income and the ability to pay. We do not turn anybody away for the inability to pay. So we offer financial assistance. In fact, our branch, our facility, the O'Fallon Park Recreation Complex, provides probably about a fourth of all the financial assistance in terms of membership throughout our association. So, and that's not to say, hey, but what it shows is where there's a need, like we'll provide it. And that's not just, again, that's not exclusive to O'Fallon Park. That's throughout our entire association. So, yeah, it used to be a time where fees could be a barrier, but right now I just have to be completely honest. That is no excuse. We'll sit down, we'll work with, and ensure, again, like I said, we live on it. We will not refuse anybody for their inability to pay. We don't do that. And again, like I said, that's something that we live by.
And you have what's called a silver sneaker program. What's that?
Absolutely. So our Silver Sneakers program is a program that we actually is sort of sponsored through the insurance. Silver Sneakers. So we not only have Silver Sneakers, we also have what's called Renew Active. And again, both are in collaboration with some of the insurance providers. Tivity Health is the Silver Sneakers program provider, and our Renew Active, it includes the AARP medical supplement. And basically all you got to come in and do is give us your name and a little bit of information, and we can look that up for you. So if you are a part of Silver Sneakers or Renew Active, your membership essentially is free. We get paid for those visits. And again, like I said, as part of our program, we do some very specific programming for our seniors. So if you do have that option, definitely come on out, because that, again, like I said, essentially that's a free membership. Somebody is paying for your membership.
What's the age for Silver Sneakers?
It all depends. Again, like I said,
because I'm 60, Rob, I'm 61, so I'm curious of what the age is.
You definitely qualify. But
oh, wow.
I think it starts at 62, I believe.
62. I think that's right. I think it is 62. Rob, hold on. We're going to get to our in studio guest, but don't leave, because I'll get a few more questions and addresses and contact information for the Y. So hold on for a minute for me.
Okay, absolutely.
So, Deja, how are you this morning?
I am
as the only in-house studio guest I have.
That's okay.
But thank you. I appreciate that.
No problem.
So, you've gone on both a financial and a health and fitness journey.
Yes.
As much as you'd like to tell that story,
sure,
we'd love to hear it.
I'm so transparent. So, I was a product of the economic downturn. I own mortgage companies in several different cities. So when that happened, when the crash happened, everything crashed. I crashed financially, physically, emotionally. It was almost like a death. I experienced real grievance, which I never knew really happened. So during that time, I think through depression, I picked up weight. I'd gotten all the way up to 248 pounds. I couldn't walk for 6 months. Arthritis had set in my knee, and in turn, putting too much strain on the other knee, I lost mobility in both legs. So I couldn't walk for 6 months. And I looked at a picture, and a lot of you all that are Facebook friends of mine have seen my before and after. And that picture on my 50th birthday, I looked at that picture and I was just in awe. So at that point in time, I made a decision. I made a decision to both turn my life around financially as well as physically and emotionally. And that journey has gone on. I am now 54, but the weight loss actually came in when I really made a firm decision to make a lifestyle change. And that happened last year. So last year, between last year and this date, I've lost about 68 pounds. And that came through not just working out, because I've been working out daily all along. And that just goes to show you that you can be in the gym and still lead an unhealthy lifestyle. So when I made the decision to not only increase my workouts, but to make a lifestyle
Or improve
change.
your workouts.
I improved them. And a lot of you all have seen my before and afters, but changing my eating habits took me over the edge. It took me off the blood pressure pills. And don't get me wrong, it will still spike if I get stressed. So I have to really focus on a stress-free life, which is hard as an entrepreneur.
Yes,
Which is hard as an entrepreneur. But that was a lot of my journey, was making that lifestyle change. And I did that through my trainer at BKM, Bryant Mitchell. Was phenomenal. I mean, he's helped 50 people, as a matter of fact, lose over 100 pounds naturally. So that seemed like a place where I could go and, really just be held accountable with a team. As a matter of fact, Miss Darlene Davis is also a member there.
Okay.
So we work out together. Sometimes she does a lot more boot camps than me. I'm a punk on that one. But I'm a beast on the weight, so it's give and take.
So two things you said. One is, I'll say it a little bit backwards, but pace yourself. Mm-hmm. But it is a complete lifestyle change and commitment. And number two, you got to be serious about it. You can't go a couple days off, a couple days on. This is literally, I watch what I eat. I take
I'm consistent.
Take charge of my workout environment. Those sorts of things.
Absolutely. I mean, because I will.
So here, let me ask the question.
Go ahead.
Where internally does that come from? Because you really have to psychologically be there to say, this is what I'm going to do. Where does that come from?
It's a decision. And I'm one of those individuals that once I put my mind to it, I own it. And once I made that decision to change my life, I then put forth the steps and efforts to do so. So it's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy for my alarm clock to go off every morning at 3:30 and I'm at the gym at 5. That's not easy. But it's necessary. And I think, and I see a lot of people, I want to work out with you, and they come once, twice. I don't do that any longer. At this point, when anyone wants to work out with me, I'll say, hey, meet me at BKM. Because that's the trainer. I'm not a trainer. I'm more than happy to show you what I do, but I don't have the time right now to waste. So whenever anyone is serious, hey, you go for it. Because I see it a lot. I see it all the time. 1 minute we're posting, we're in the gym. The next minute you're eating banana splits.
Which is sort of what Rob said is, Rob, are you still there?
Yes.
So
Good morning.
What Deja's basically saying, and what I know because I was at, I'll say Monsanto, sorry, Bayer, when you were there, is you sort of walk around and check on people to see, how you doing, and you had personal trainers that were there, or trainers, I should say, that were there to sort of walk around and check on people, help set up training for them if they wanted to do that.
Absolutely. That is, so we have a couple versions of that. We have a traditional personal training session, but even before you start the personal training, basically what we have is a consultation. And that consultation can come with our fitness attendants who are also trained to be personal trainers. So, yeah, that's a big part of it. The external motivation is that, but what we also try and do is create those small communities so that if you miss a couple days, you'll probably get a call from Miss Barbara Wilford, who is usually our 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Workout fanatic. She will give you a call. So, yeah, that is probably as effective as anything that we have in our building. Just the small communities that we form and build, and we're trying to help each other be better. So yeah, and absolutely, yeah, I did that because I get bored pretty easy, and I find that walking around and talking to people can sort of help me get focused, and I can also hear what's not going right, what's not perfect, and do my best to try to make those things perfect through those conversations.
Deja, when you went, I assume you picked your facility on purpose. What did they offer you? Not just in a workout, but I guess also in some sort of what is the word I'm looking for? Confidence builder. That yes, you can do this. Yes, you can achieve.
Now I work out at 2 gyms. Okay. So I'm a member of Club Fitness, and that was the first gym that I joined. And I did that basically because of location. And the confidence builder, I never had an issue with that, Charles. I just, I'm just
once you made that decision, you had to jump on in.
I jumped in. I jumped in fully committed, and there's a story that I tell when I speak, which is a story about Farmer John. And Farmer John wanted to make breakfast, right? And he went to the pig. He had to get this bacon. He had to get the eggs from the chicken. Now, see, the difference is the pig had to make a total commitment because the pig had to die.
Mm-hmm.
The chicken didn't. See, I had to choose to be that pig. It was a total commitment.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I moved on to BKM, which I'm still a member of both, I went there primarily because I love spinning. I'm just a spin junkie now. And the fact that Bryant Mitchell cares. He's been through it. He's lost the weight. He's had health challenges. He's got a story. He's got a testimony. But he cares about every member in that gym. Like, he knows right now that I have not weighed in. Out of 400 members, he knows.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the caring, but it's really the accountability that I didn't think I needed, but it actually enhanced. So I love the fact that Rob talks about the accountability piece with the YMCA, because that is important, because people will jump in and jump out. Jump in and jump out. Everybody's not going to be a pig. Well, not technically speaking, but
we get it.
We get it. Okay, but everyone's not going to be that. I just happen to have that personality, and I had to make the decision. And the same in business.
And part of that was from both knowing you and reading your Facebook page. You really wanted to get off the drugs. You really wanted to get that part over with.
Said he wanted me. Yeah, I wanted to get off the drugs.
I'm sorry. You want to get off the medication? Is that better?
Yeah,
it's all medication.
Yeah,
one way, shape, or form.
I wanted to get off the drugs.
Prescription.
Prescription drugs. Now I'm in the drug business.
Yes, indeed.
But yes, I did. That's a primary goal because I'm a holistic type of person. From everything I do, I believe there's a holistic approach, and even with health, when you're taking all the meds, the opioids, and this prescription and that prescription. Ultimately, there's other side effects that are worse than the actual disease itself in some cases. And I wanted to be able to treat myself, well, not treat myself, but heal from that naturally and then keep that standard of life so that I can live a healthier, better quality of life. I just want that better quality of life. I'm 54 years old, but I feel 30.
Hey, Rob, when you see people at the Y going through the transition, you see them 1 month, they look a certain way. From another month, I'm assuming you find a way to encourage them to keep going, to continuing, and do they share their stories with you as they're going along their journey?
Absolutely. So a couple times a year, we offer those stories up in our newsletter. But every day we do, again, like I said, that's a part of the walking through the building and having those small communities and sort of networks so that we can feed those stories into, again, like I said, I think that once I hate to use words like this, but you go to a club where you hear the great things about it. Like, you don't go to a club necessarily because it looks nice or because it's this. You hear that this is actually changing lives. So, yes, absolutely. We do it through newsletters. Again, like I said, we have some months in which we offer, my story, my why story. and you hear some of the most amazing things. A lot of the things we miss, but that is truly on us simply because we don't do enough walking and talking and taking those stories. We take for granted, somebody who came in January and in December they look totally different. We take those things for granted, and we have to get better at that. I have to personally get better at that. But yes, we do try and capture those. In my personal opinion, we don't do an effective enough job. That's just true.
Rob, I know that you're on vacation with family, so I'm going to let you go after you give us the address and phone number of the Y, and certainly any encouragement that you can give our listeners and viewers to come out to the Y January 1st and end on December 31st.
Absolutely. So I will, I'll first give that encouragement. Again, the Y is a place of love and happiness. I don't know any other way to say it. I don't know anything else. So, but I would say this as well. If the Y is not the place for you, find somewhere else. Man, these health issues are destroying our community. We losing our grandmama and granddaddy. And truthfully, they are the foundation of our existence. They make us better. So yeah, I'm going to give a shameless plug for the health and wellness. But in my case, what I know is the YMCA. And again, like I said, the largest non-for-profit organization in the world. We have, 10,000 members, 100,000 members, I'm sorry. And I'm sure you'll know somebody there who will motivate you and keep you inspired to keep coming. As of January the 1st, when that New Year's resolution thing starts and kicks off, come see us. We're giving away the house. We're giving away 50 $50 so you can buy some YMCA swag. Our health and wellness consultations are that of what I would say equates to personal training for free. Come see us. Our address is in state-of-the-art facility right in the center of the hood. It's a $20 million building that serves people who are health seekers. Come see us. 4343 West Florissant, 63115 is the zip code. We'll be there tomorrow, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed or whatever it is. But what I would say in our vernacular is we'll be waiting on you. Come on over and check us out because, again, like I said, I think we have some amazing things to offer. And just look forward to seeing people. You can ask for me. You can ask for whomever. We'll all be there. So come check us out.
Rob, thank you. Wish you and your family well and safe travels back to St. Louis.
I appreciate you, Brother Charles, and I appreciate you giving us this opportunity. Anytime you need me on this, man, hey, hit me up, and I'll definitely do it.
Thank you. Take care.
I appreciate you.
Darlene?
Yes,
How are you?
I am well.
Good. So we had Rob West on talking about, from the YMCA, O'Fallon Recplex, talking about issues of commitment, responsibility, coaching, which are all things that not only help in health and Deja Betts, and by the way, I hear that you are a participant in that activity over, was it BKM?
Oh, yes. And Deja is part of my motivation to keep me going.
So these issues of commitment and responsibility, accountability, coaching also fit in the financial world, do they not?
Oh, definitely. And let me say this first, because I think with all goals, whether financial or not, the starting point is always in your head. You have to really want to achieve that goal. You have to have it in your mind that you can do it. Visualize it. See yourself living in that goal. Personally, I believe in the power of prayer, so that's always where I start. And I think that goes for any type of goal, whether it's financial or your physical well-being as well.
Now, part of that coaching is, I know that you have a newsletter.
Yes.
Which sort of lays out some things that I would assume every month, that trends, issues that people can follow during the course of the year as they get ready for, have their goals, but also let's talk a little bit about, because I know you do not only individuals but businesses, including clergy. Tax season is rapidly approaching because we're now at December 31st, so tax season is right around the corner. Do you help people prepare for that as well?
Oh, yes. We help individuals as well as business owners, because we are actually a full-service CPA firm, and we primarily serve small to middle market businesses, and we provide accounting, audit, tax, payroll, educational training seminars, and management consulting services. And we work with nonprofits, churches, clergy, and, of course, individual clients. And Charles, I'm really excited to announce that in 2020, we'll be celebrating 20 years in business. So we've had a wonderful opportunity to help coach individuals as well as small business owners achieve their financial goals, whether it's their business development, whether it's their personal finances. And we try to do this based off of what their specific needs are. Because, people have different financial goals, and you have to go about achieving those in different ways. So with the newsletter, we try to communicate to the users just some real easy reads, some quick tips to help them understand some nuggets that they can do in their finances and ways to help cut their taxes and to help just better manage their money overall. And
you have webinars as well?
Well, we are developing a webinar. We have one of our specialties is church accounting and clergy taxes, and we are developing a webinar for that seminar.
So as part of that being full service is catch people where they are, whether they're on their computer, they're on their laptop, or whatever. There's not a wrong time to gain information.
Right. And what we try to do is to meet their specific needs. We don't just prepare their taxes or just do their accounting. It's real big and real important for me that our clients, that they are educated in the process. Because what I found, people pay taxes and they manage their money under two different forms of taxation. Those who are informed and those who are uninformed. And Charles, I'll tell you, those who are informed pay a lot less in taxes than those who are uninformed. So it's very important to me that our client base, that our clientele, they become educated and informed on what the tax rules are so that they can utilize that information to make themselves better and then ultimately achieve their financial goals.
Do you find that I'm gonna ask a question that I think I know the answer to, but okay. I have to do it. Do you find that people just find it hard to give up their old ways, even if they know that you can that there's a benefit to making that change?
Oh yeah, the reality life gets hard, and people know, okay, I should be doing something a different way. I should be doing it a better way. But we kind of get locked into, it's just easy for me to do it this way. I've always liked to operate from the philosophy I call deferred gratification. Sometimes you have to defer your immediate gratification for something because you have a goal, you have something you're working towards that's going to give you something much greater for in the future. So I call that deferred gratification. And it's hard to get to that point. We all lead very busy lives, and sometimes we just want to press that easy button. And so even though we set a goal, we know what's right to do, it just becomes hard sometimes.
Well, I know that, Darlene, you're on vacation as well, so I'm going to let you go. But give everybody your contact information, and so that possibly they can get in touch with you and start the new year off a little bit better than this year has been for them.
Okay, well, great. any of your listeners, they can visit our website at www.davisassociatescpa.com. They can also shoot me an email at dmdcpa@davisassociatescpa.com. And if they want to give us a call at the office, we're at 314-653-0008. And I know your podcast is going to show on Facebook. They can check us out at Facebook at Darlene Davis or at Davis Associates. And our offices are located in Florissant, Missouri. We're 4119 North Highway 67. So pretty conveniently located near the intersection of Old Hall Ferry and Lindbergh.
Well, thank you very much for being with us today. Hopefully some people will listen and learn and get on board for 2020. And hopefully you have a very good, you and your family have a very good trip back to St. Louis.
All right, you too, and Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year. Thank you.
Bye-bye, darling.
Okay, bye-bye.
So I think I got everybody. I have to check to make sure. Okay. So in the last few minutes we have, we talked about your journey and we talked about what's taking you a period of time. But what does 2020 look like? I mean, you look like you seem like you've achieved all your goals.
No.
and that's the point, is goals aren't just 1 year in the making.
No. This year, I anticipate doing my first competition in April. So I'm going to be focused more.
What type of competition?
Bodybuilding.
Okay. In April?
Yes.
Where will that be at?
Union Station. Now, I have not completely made up my mind. I'm thinking.
Okay.
So once I meet with a coach, and he lets me know if that's something that can be achieved, then I'll go for it.
Now, you said something very specific. You said bodybuilding. You didn't say weightlifting.
No, bodybuilding. I want to compete more on the physique side. Okay. So it's not like I'm going to come in even though I have those guns. Even though I have those guns now. But it's not like I'm going to come in like Arnold Schwarzenegger or anything. I mean, I want to compete in the novice because I've never competed before. Mm-hmm. Of course, the over 50.
Okay.
Don't want to compete against a 20-year-old.
True.
Okay, not at all. But hey, there's some bad 50-year-olds out here that I'm working out with. So it's going to be interesting. So, I want to just do it just as a milestone, just something I want to achieve.
But not as a lark. Milestone means something I really want to achieve. Lark is, I'll jump in here.
I want to achieve it. But you really want to do this. I want to achieve it, and it's just a bucket list thing for me. It's just something that I can go from 248 pounds looking like a whale to a nice chiseled 54-year-old beast. Yes. And then also, I don't know if you know, but I guess this will be something of interest to you, but our company was just recently licensed in the medical marijuana industry. So we are, yes. So that's a big achievement for us, as well as opening our own security company. So those are two additional achievements that we're looking forward to in 2020. So 2020 looks really good. This new decade, I mean, I'm committed to making it the best I've ever experienced, ever. Physically, emotionally, financially, just in all realms.
And so what do you tell the people, male and female, who are watching this in their pajamas, overweight and or obese, medical problems? How do they get... I know you have to take a first step, but what is that first step? Is that first step mental or physical?
Mental. If you don't make the decision, you can put forth the actions, but it won't last. To me, when I make that decision where I'm making a total commitment, I mean, and once you make that commitment to yourself, to your life.
To yourself, to
your life, and to your family. I look at my children and I have to say, hey, I got to do it for them. And that's both business, physical. I mean, that's everything that I breathe for. I do it for them. So I would say make the decision and really just take it one day at a time. every day, make sure you can make it to the next day. Make it to the next day. And every day, do something a little more. If you want to start by just doing a little cardio, when I first started, I could only do like 10 minutes on the elliptical. Now I'm getting ready to do a 90-minute spin tomorrow. Aggressive spin. Crazy aggressive spin, which I love. But I started there. And I remember every week I would try to make it an additional 5 minutes, which meant every day, like if I was going Monday through Friday, I would just do 11 minutes. The next day, 12 minutes. And I just took it slow. And you go at your pace, but you don't want to be complacent. So it's a thin line, and it depends on your body. Again, I couldn't walk for 6 months. So I couldn't jump in and do the things that I do now. I had to take that gradually. I had to get the weight off of my knees first, before I even, basically. So when we're talking about bodybuilding, the one thing that's a challenge for me is the fact that both of my knees went out. So I want to make sure, because I told you I have to talk to the coach first, I want to make sure that my body can withstand what needs to happen for me to chisel up the way I want to chisel up for the competition. It's not that I'm a wavering person, by far, I'm not. But it's a physical thing. So we all have challenges. And we all have challenges, we have barriers that we have to come across. And I just choose to go across them, period.
Did you keep a calendar? Or physically, did you keep a calendar of your workouts, or was it more of a mental calendar? I went today, I know I'm going tomorrow, I went yesterday, that sort of thing.
I have a strategic workout plan that I developed for myself. And when I went to BKM, because BKM is a lot of boot camps, then they're spinning, and I don't do well at boot camps because I don't do well at a lot of Zumba. I don't personally do well at them. So what I did was I shot my trainer a copy of my workouts and what I do on a daily basis, and he has not bothered me at all because he knows that I put the work in. So definitely, I mean, you have to write your goals down, right, in order for them to manifest. So I have that.
And what I'm sure Darlene would say is, not only do you keep a budget, but you also keep that running total every month of what you spend and what you did. She mentioned about when you spend $400 for food versus $300 for food, you got to make up for it somewhere. What you would say is, if I didn't work out today, for whatever reason, maybe make sure I work out tomorrow.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, and just the fact that Wednesday is New Year's. Wednesday was Christmas. My favorite workout day is my back day. If you all have seen this back, but that's my favorite workout day. Well, I wasn't able to work out on those particular days, so I incorporated back in with my chest workout. So, I mean, yes, I will not miss. I will make up whatever I miss and however I can, period.
And if I miss a few days, I shouldn't assume, or I shouldn't put it on me as being a failure.
No, not at all, because life does happen. Life does happen, but even if you miss a few days in the gym, how are you eating? Because that's 90%. I worked out every day last year. Every day, literally. Well, 6 days a week. And do you know I still gained 12 pounds? Because
of eating.
Because of that bed and breakfast.
And people don't understand
right.
the correlation between the two.
Right, yeah. I mean, because we were having events at the bed and breakfast, and there was chicken, there was cakes, there was chips, there was this. There was late night chip snacks. I mean, all of that. I thought, well, I work out every day. I'm fine. I went to the doctor. I got on the scale, and the scale said 202 pounds. And I about fell down the wall. You remember how Lady Sing the Blues when Billie what's his name? Billy D. Williams walked in, and she just slid down the wall? That's what happened to me when I saw that scale. Literally. I mean, because I couldn't believe it because I was working out. So you really have to understand that it's not just the gym. It's a lifestyle.
It is your kitchen.
It's your kitchen. And these abs that you guys see every day, that's not solely made in the gym. That's the diet.
And we have a few minutes. What does that mean in terms of diet? I know you obviously had to make changes, but what did those changes look and feel like?
So I knew how to eat healthy. Okay. My issue was snacking. I like potato chips. I like popcorn. I love popcorn, actually. I love popcorn. So what I do now is I stay pretty strict through the week with my meal plans. And then I'm supposed to have a cheap meal. Darlene, if you tell Brian, I'm going to kill you. But sometimes I go into a cheat day because I can't get it all at one time. But if I mess up there, I go even harder. I go even harder. I'll punish myself. So I don't like boot camps. Everybody knows I don't like boot camps. But if I trip, I'm going to hit a boot camp that week. Just to shift my body, to make it, to shock it, to really make it accelerate and work harder. I'm just driven. I'm driven. I do not want to go back to that. I love the way I feel. I love the way I look. It feels so good to go in the stores, honey, and grab a small and not have to worry about it. I love it.
And so, going back to the initial, I take it you obviously keep that old picture around of what you, as a reminder?
Yes. It's...
Is that important to look at that once in a while?
It is. For me, it shows me gratitude, especially when it gets hard. Because I'll be honest, it gets hard. There are days I don't want to go to the gym at 5 o'clock in the morning some days. As a matter of fact, some days my knee hurts so bad, I literally have to rub it with like creams or something just to get up, and to get up and do that. And it's like, okay, I've got to go. And thankfully, I have my regimen down where I can kind of make it feel better, at least good enough to go ahead and get my workout on. And once I get there, I'm fine. But it's just that feeling that you don't want to get up. When it's snowing outside and I drive a little sports car, I don't want to get up and clean a car off. And no, I don't want to do it, but it's a choice. It's a decision that I've made, and I got to stick with it.
When you look at that picture and you look at yourself now, is remembrance hard? Is it how did I let myself get that way?
I know exactly what I did to get that way. I told you it was more of a depression. Just because you're in one realm of a financial lifestyle, and you go from that to literally, when I say nothing, they were shutting down banks left and right in the middle of deals. I mean, I was losing my mind. I'm like, this cannot be happening. And then I allowed myself to get down. I got depressed. People treat you differently when you're making $350 a year as opposed to 10. People, and so I had to deal with that. And all those things made me comfort myself with food, and
which is in our society the natural thing to do is cover. Food is a drug, and
Yes.
people don't necessarily realize that. And so when I'm at the potato chip, corn chip, all of that kind of madness, that's medicine for me.
for my soul.
That's wrong and unnatural in terms of how I should be eating. But it's part of the comfort food.
But you know what? Something that I did not mention is you have to watch the company you keep. Because I'll be honest with you. People will tell you, oh, that one little piece of chicken won't hurt you. That little piece of cake won't hurt you. But what they don't realize is that if I'm on a meal plan, I'm on a regimen, these things can't be in there. They can't. It messes up the complete. This is why over the last 4 months I've dropped 40 pounds. Because I paid attention to what my trainer said to do. I did it. Period. And when those people tell me, well, it's okay, you can have a hamburger, I get to myself.
Mm-hmm.
I get to myself. It's because I will not let people dictate my outcomes. Period. I have a goal. I've got to stick to it. And everybody's not going to understand. And this is what people have to understand. Everyone is not going to understand your journey. And that should be okay with you.
So to take the journey, you may have to lift some people off on the side of the road and say, I've got to keep going. You're not going in the direction that I'm going in.
Everybody can't go with you. Everybody will not go with you. And what happens is a lot of people will try to sabotage you, whether it's intentionally or not. But hey, if I'm hanging out with you, you 300 pounds, you don't want to see me at 120.
So you're going to try and feed me to keep me at the same weight that you want.
Right. And that's fine for some, but it's not my decision because health-wise, I know I can't carry that weight. I can't. You know, confidence-wise, never changed a bit. I'm going to always be Daisha. But health-wise, understanding that I didn't want to walk around aching. I didn't want to walk around like a ticking time bomb. 2 years ago on New Year's Eve at church, they took me out in an ambulance. My blood pressure was 224 over 120. 2 years ago. I can't live that life.
And so...
Diet and exercise definitely help.
Diet and healthy eating along with exercise.
Right.
You can't do one
without the
other. If you want to lose weight, you want to keep your blood pressure down, keep diabetes at bay, etc., you should literally do them both.
Literally. And really in stress. You know, things that stress you out, you have to move away from those things. You know, and it's not comfortable, it's not easy, but even stress plays a role in your weight loss. You know, people don't realize that. When you're stressed out, it affects the way you lose weight.
I didn't realize.
Yes, it does. So again, I have to, and with me being a business owner, you know, single parent, stress is all over me. So I have to learn how to deal with that, you know, where it's not killing me.
Put that in a place somewhere.
And I burn a lot of it off in the gym. I do.
Well, that's a great idea because I know you can lose your head in the gym, go in and work out.
Right.
And it kind of clears or clarifies your mind a little bit.
Sure. Oh, it's everything. Like that's my release.
So if you want to, we've got a minute and a half left. You want to talk a little bit about you mentioned earlier that you're off into a new venture.
Yes, I'm so excited. So out of the 60 companies that are approved now in the state of Missouri, for the medical marijuana, whether it's cultivation or transportation, you know,
Cultivation, transportation, and dispensary?
And dispensary.
Okay.
But I don't think they have all the dispensary licenses out yet.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
No, but definitely with cultivation and transportation, out of that 60, we were chosen as one of the companies. So I'm so excited about that. I think it's a life-changing event. It's something I believe in because, you know, with the CBD, that definitely eliminates the need for the ibuprofen for me. So, you know, it's something I believe in. It's a holistic approach to pain, to anxiety, to a lot of other things. So I think people should really just research the medical benefits of that. I've never been a blunt smoking, toting, or whatever. That's not my thing. But on the CBD side, definitely, I know it does work. So it's something I believe in. My partner and I are so excited. I mean, we are ready to just take this thing and roll with it.
Now, where's your location?
Well, I can't give it, but we're in Florissant. We're the actual location.
Well, because I saw the addresses.
Right, I know they have
somewhere, but I didn't correlate the address to the people who were
G5 Express. I need
G5. Okay,
G5 Express and G5 Security. So we will be rolling with armed security.
Now what happens now? So you got a letter in the mail said yes, you've been approved. What does that mean?
That means now I'm currently working on my MBE WBE certification to submit to the state first and foremost. You know I'm going to do that. And then I'm looking for contracts, opportunities to transport for these new cultivation and dispensaries and so on and so forth. So I'm looking for those types of contracts as well as security contracts. So if my security company is focused on the medical marijuana industry, well, they're all going to need security as well. So,
absolutely.
So we are focused on really providing all of those services. I'm so excited.
When you do cultivation, I'm good. Cultivation, transportation of cultivated marijuana, is that only in Missouri?
I can only do Missouri.
So you can only because I know Illinois has done something completely different that Missouri won't do, but so you can only cultivate. You can only transport what is cultivated in Missouri.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, because we are licensed through the state of Missouri.
Okay, I get it. Give our listeners and viewers any contact information that you have, including BKM, if you want.
Yes. You know what? And I don't know the address by heart. That's a shame on me. But we are on South Florissant Road in Ferguson. We are the people in orange, honey. Come out and see us. Look up BKM Boot Camp on Facebook and Instagram. Hey, follow us tomorrow. We are having a 90-minute spin. Complimentary. Be my guest.
That's an hour and a half.
An hour and a half of vigorous, wonderful.
I just want to be clear.
Spinning.
Hour and a half.
An hour and a half. Be my guest. Hey, contact me 314-486-1208. Look forward to seeing you soon.
Deja, thank you. Have a wonderful new year. I'm sure we will cross paths again in the near future.
Absolutely. Because you know we're going to be dealing with this minority issue.
We're going to be dealing with minority. Yes, indeed. Thank you.
Thank you,
we
sir.
Are out.
And we are out.